People of Britain, never forget your true Roman name. Britannia. Britannia. That's your true Roman name. Never forget. But what's happening in Britannia? Also going by the alias UK, United Kingdom, Great Britain, Britannia, your true Roman name. Your true Roman name. Apparently, Jeremy Corbyn and another lawmaker, Zarah Sultana, are launching a new left-wing party in the United Kingdom. So let's go ahead and find out what is going on. And please be sure to like, comment, and put a good watch time in the video, because that's what counts as a view now, according to the YouTube things now. Isn't that special?
In a joint statement, Jeremy Corbyn and Zarah Sultana say it's time for a mass redistribution of wealth and power, which their party would attempt to initiate. They cite 4.5 million children living in poverty in the UK, the sixth richest country in the world, as evidence the system is rigged. Jeremy Corbyn is popular in left-wing circles, and particularly in his London constituency, where he's remained a lawmaker since the 1980s, though now as an independent lawmaker rather than a Labour Party candidate. Zarah Sultana was a Labour Party lawmaker until last year, when she rebelled against the government. Both identify as socialists and are critical of the more centrist position of Keir Starmer's Labour Party. Their party doesn't yet have a name, but already pollsters predict they could take 10% of the vote from disaffected left-wing voters, particularly amongst those critical of the Labour government's stance on Gaza and Israel. Jeremy Corbyn says the party will be ready to fight the local elections in May next year, well ahead of the next general election due to take place closer to 2029. Stuart Smith, SABC News, London.
That's great, but let's find out a little bit more what's going on here. There's just a little bit more of what is going on. Shout out to Case Study QB for finding this wonderful gem. Be sure to follow him on all social media.
This is a big moment on the left of politics.
It is a big moment, and I think it's a great thing. I think this has been a long time coming. I think the fact that 80,000 people have already signed up to join this party shows how much people are yearning for a genuine alternative to Starmer, an alternative that I don't think Reform is offering. And I think that young people are going to join. I think in the short term, talking about an end to austerity, a free Palestine, nationalisation, genuine nationalisation, these are the things that people actually want. And I think in the future, there's been a huge vacuum in politics for a while. And to a certain degree, Reform was tapping into that anger. I actually think that this party, if it has a really genuinely militant socialist program, I think in the future it will take votes away from Reform as well, because it's going to concentrate on working class issues. It's going to concentrate on the sort of politics that could actually unite people. And I think that this is a historic moment, and I would encourage as many people as possible to join this party, which is supposed to be a democratic party, so that we can help build it, we can help form it. And I think the next 4 years, the next couple of years are going to be very, very different.
Now, here's the thing, okay? Because, again, I remember way back when Hardlands Media was on the radio. Oh, my goodness. What? 2017, 2018. Oh, what innocent years, but perhaps maybe reliving them again and be like, no, they weren't. But, a different time, a better time. Could be argued. Yes, maybe no, maybe yes, maybe no, maybe yes, maybe no. But I remember when Jeremy Corbyn almost shook things up with the Labour Party until the Labour Party did what the Democrats did to Bernie Sanders and push him, cancel him out, and make all sorts of horrible statements about him, almost destroying his political career, and so much more in between.
I got this quote from you. It's happening. I've signed up. I want this party to fight for real socialism, for real change. That means revolution. What do you mean by revolution?
I mean, we need to completely overhaul the capitalist system. I think capitalism is a system which is based on profit, right? The way the economy is run is on the basis of profit and not need. What I'm arguing for is an economy that's planned on the basis of need, where ordinary workers can have control over their lives, a say over what is going on.
But you have to pay for that.
Yeah, that's right. Can I just ask, where do you get the money from?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Find those billionaire tycoons and those corporations, this neoliberal corporatism that's siphoning everything from us like a parasite, a big old fat leech.
nationalizing without compensation
You can do
in a
that.
serious way. The major corporations,
where do you get your tax
and actually the
revenues?
majority of people, if you look at a lot of polling, the majority of people support nationalization. They support things like bringing water
where do you get
into
the money
public
from?
control. There is a lot of money in
Where
society.
is it?
I'll tell you. You know what's funny is there's also been protests outside of this.
No, tell me where the money
I'm
is.
telling you, outside of the hotel.
Let her speak. Let her speak. Let her speak.
In Canary Wharf, right?
Yeah.
And people are angry about asylum seekers in a hotel in Canary Wharf. And if they turned around, they would see there's plenty of money in London sitting in Canary Wharf.
Okay.
London is the 6th richest city in the world. There's plenty of money.
How are you going to get
There's
that money?
plenty of money.
How are you going to get
through
that money?
expropriation, through nationalization,
you're
through
literally
Dr. Nick says, always money for war, but they never asked that question for war. Of course. Gee, we got money for war, money to bail out banks. People of Britannia. Seems like you have the same problems of what's happening here in America. Seems like it.
Steal
movement.
So are you prepared to steal people's
Those
properties?
are the thieves. Those are the thieves. The people who sit in the
God.
Canary.
Yes, I tell you what.
Bankers.
I tell you what.
Bankers. They are
I
thieves.
tell you what,
You don't think
Fiona,
they're thieves?
If
No,
you
they're
argue,
thieves.
if you argue for
Well, there you go.
I think they go to work.
if you argue for fairness,
Everyone goes to work.
you might get some votes.
Everyone goes to work, but some people are going to work every single day, and their lives are getting worse.
If you argue
Meanwhile,
for
billionaires.
I agree with
There
that.
are more billionaires today than there were a couple of years ago, and yet
No,
everyone
there's
else's
less
life.
now.
No, globally there are more billionaires than there have been in the past. Whilst the working class is being devastated.
Wow. It's like they don't want to listen to her. You know, the whole idea of journalism in the media is supposed to be objective. Now, here we got something from Jeremy Corbyn himself. Let's go play it. Now, look, again, I'm all on board for a new political party. Hardlands Media, we've been consistent here in the USA. Hey, we're supportive of third parties and independents. I would love it if the Greens and Libertarians got their shite together, you know. And that, but it goes for all independent parties because, you know, I'm ever hopeful that Jeremy Corbyn is actually successfully able. Now, at least as it stands, 500,000 people, 500, that's a whopping 500K in the United Kingdom, Britannia, your true Roman name. Never forget who you are. Signed up to be on board. So I am curious to see just how much action and movement Jeremy Corbyn is able to get with his own politics. And the people of the UK, perhaps one of you lovely, beautiful people can type in the comment section below because that will count as a view, but also maybe have further engagement, you know, because that's always great now, according to the YouTube guidelines, about this new party. Can a new party succeed in current British politics? I would like to know. An inquiring mind would like to know. So let's all be polite to each other when I clip this video, and more importantly, when you know, we hear from our good neighbors across the Atlantic Ocean.
It's going to be a very different structure. The Labour Party is a very top-down, highly centralised party that is full of control freaks who want to control whatever goes on within the party.
You were at the top at that time. You could change.
Yes, I did a great deal to try and change that by establishing community organisers. And during my leadership of the party, the membership went up to 600,000, the largest ever in its history. I'd be surprised if it's even a third of that figure now. They refuse to reveal what their membership is. We're not going to be a party that's controlling everybody in every aspect of what they do. What we want is the excitement of communities, what they're doing to develop and improve their own lives, their own communities. This is going to be community-led, community-based, grassroots-led. This is going to be very different. And you know what? It's going to be fun. It's going to be a very different structure.
So look, I'm all on board with this, and I am ever helpful that he is able to shake things up. And here's an article from the BBC itself, the British Broadcasting Corporation. Get your minds out the gutter. Come on, folks. I expect more from my audience, and I expect all of you to be very smart here. But I do want to pull up this one. This is from a good friend of the show, Wassam, who tipped $5 Canadian. All right, shout out to our people up north. When Mexico nationalized their industries a couple of years ago, they ended up improving their economy and services. Ever hopeful that, I don't know, oh, the revolution is going to be fun, as it should be. It's going to be fun. Everything is fun today. And, you know, there you go. But let's go ahead and read the rest of this article here and find out what is going on, okay? Former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has confirmed that he is launching a new political party promising to build a Democrat movement that can take on the rich and powerful. I hope so. It doesn't have a name yet, but the MP of Islington North says the plan is for the group to fight May's local elections ahead of the next general election, which is likely to take place in 4 years' time. The new venture has the potential to shake up the political landscape, with Labour and the Greens appearing to be the most at risk of losing votes. Polling around 2,000 Britons by More in Common last month on whether they would vote for a hypothetical Corbyn-led party suggests it could pick up 10% of the vote. This would potentially take 3 points off Labour's vote share and extend Reform UK's lead in the polls by the same margin. The pollster's UK director, Luke Tyrrell, says that if this plays out at a general election, Labour risks losing seats outright to Corbyn's party, while splintering of the left-wing vote could also allow Reform UK or Conservatives to make gains. In an era of very fragmented politics, small shares could make the difference across the board, and it is totally conceivable that the performance of this left-wing party could be the difference between Labour-led government and a Nigel Farage reform-led government on current polling. Corbyn's party could gain support in parts of the country where pro-Gaza independents have performed strongly, such as Birmingham, parts of East and North London, and Northwest England. More in Commons research suggests that Corbyn-led party would be popular with those aged under 26, so inner-city student areas could also be key targets. Many of these urban areas are holding local elections in May, which will mark the first real test of the new party. So, I am very curious to see what happens going forward, but this is a direct response to neoliberal and neoconservative politics. Yes, there's corruption overseas, I know. Now, I like to think that the United States is a world heavyweight champion when it comes down to neoliberal policies, neoconservative policies, but it's also there in Europa. It's all across the world. It's corruption and political abuse takes many shapes and forms because that's just the world we live in. But Jeremy Corbyn has, a pretty good track record of not only getting the establishment angry, but also, more importantly, he has had the record of being attacked by the same neoliberal politicians. So I'm all on board. I'm all on board to see what this new third party can do. And for anyone that is watching, let's see. Hold on. I want to make sure. Want to make sure that people are able to at least see this. Hold on. We got Prim 54 says Labor will get them banned. We will see what happens. But also to our audience members in the United Kingdom, I do want to hear from you because you guys and gals live over there in the front line. You're witnessing already a lot of economic disparity. I mean, the same thing that's happening to us here in the USA is happening to you guys there in Great Britain. So I'm curious. I want to know. And I am in full support to see this response. I think the Labour Party did Jeremy Corbyn wrong. I think that there was a real good chance if Jeremy Corbyn was able to continue on with his path, maybe in 2018, things would be different. But very similar to the Democrat Party and, dare I say, the Republican Party, you've got corrupt politicians who want to keep the system as is. And if you keep the system as is, guess who gets neglected? Guess who gets hurt? Guess who gets abused? It's you, the people. It's always been the people. That's just how it's always been. And what else we have here? I want to make sure we got something out here. Let's see. I want to make sure. Jacqueline Jack H., who is from Britannia, never forget your true Roman name. Labor can try. Labor can try. So to our UK audience, enlighten us, because I am curious to see just what Jeremy Corbyn can do. We've seen a lot of people try and shake up British politics, or at least politics in London, in Parliament, and I wonder if it can be done again. And if so, more power to the people.